Good morning, everyone. So I know this is a little bit of interesting. I have my thoughts here. I'm on 4 nights of consecutive not so great sleep, so bear with me. But I agree. I agree with everyone in the comments, and I actually think that, so I think we're all on the same page. Let me just get to my thoughts. Like I said, I'm on day 4 of pretty shitty sleep. So I agree that the title, to be tied to the title of divorce, is to be unaccountable for your actions. And I want to say thank you to everyone who commented, who took the time to comment in yesterday's short. They really got me thinking, and I appreciate the interaction. The more I thought about it, the more I came to the conclusion that we're all actually in agreement, even though it may not seem so on the surface. So for starters, of course, marriage can be beautiful. There was a comment about marriage, and she was very pleasant and nice, and I agree that if when you marry the right person, and she was in agreement that if you marry the wrong person, obviously, I think we all can agree on that, right? Like that's kind of a easy to come to those conclusions that marrying the right person, marriage can be beautiful. So personally, I don't believe in legal marriage, but again, I'm not against a committed relationship. I also don't feel like there's anything missing in my life, but that's not the point of this conversation. I am not here to steer anyone, away from living life the way they choose to how they wish. But in order to truly live a life how you wish, I feel like you need to have all the information first, right? So one major piece of the puzzle, and to have all the information, you need to be operating as healthy as you can. And one major piece of the puzzle, and operating in major, no, there's the sleep coming in. There's that sleep. So one major piece of this puzzle, let me just get to my notes, is to be your healthiest self. So back in the days when I was dating my former husband, I had fallen into the trap of there's the sleep and just my natural ability to speak the English language. Hustle. That's how you say it. Hustle culture. So I was chronically sleep deprived, but I was also drinking on a regular basis as well as taking hormonal birth control. And any one of these components would be a huge mess. All of them together is just a recipe for disaster. I am not making excuses, just giving an explanation. And side note, if you're dating somebody and you're thinking maybe we should get married, whether you're on the hormonal birth control or she is or whatever, whoever is on it, get off of it before making major life decisions, career, marriage, all the things, right? Hormonal birth control, sure, it has its pros, but there's no free lunch. So when I learned about the truths in regard to sleep and alcohol, I just changed my ways. I haven't had a drink since learning about alcohol through the Huberman Lab podcast a few years back, and I sleep as best as I can. Although you can see here I'm on day 4 of sleep deprivation. My sleep hygiene is great, but it's still something that I'm working on. I am all the way into the rabbit hole and all the things. So I've already gotten off hormone birth control before I heard about the studies explaining that they can change a woman's brain chemistry. And I wish I had known all these things earlier. Really, that's my goal with these videos. I am not at all trying to air dirty laundry or anything like that, but instead speaking from a place of making lemons into lemonade. I love being able to learn from others' lives and just would be honored if anyone's able to, pick up the tidbits of hopefully there's some beneficial stuff in my videos, and if anyone's able to benefit from them, I would just be honored. Anyhow, sticking with my notes because I'm about to take a nap. Try to help the situation out. At the end of the day, of course, I did sign that marriage license. I hold accountability for being married as well as the accountability for filing for divorce. From various therapies to self-help books to regularly practicing meditation, I did my best to repair that marriage, but it takes 2 to tango and you can only bring a camel to water. When the situation is as such, you have to realize you've been beating a dead horse. We all only have one life. We only get one life to live, right? I know I've healed since I am my own best friend. I pursue hard things, whether that's the bicycle trip to DC, where I wanted to go to New York, but I didn't know what I didn't know when I only made it to DC. But still, that was in the middle of wintertime. I had no prior experience, and that was that. Right now, I've been doing sewing for who knows how long, doing this, that, and the other. I've got hundreds of thousands of hours poured into those garments. I've done many of other things that, I would run daily if my knee was up for it. Nowadays, I've worked my way up to 12 miles. I do weights just about every day. Like, you pursue hard things, cold plunges. Like, my shower doesn't get cold enough anymore. I remember I used to dread it. Now I'm like, she doesn't get cold enough. It's not a big deal. It's way more effort to towel off than I get benefit from doing it. But yeah, do I jump my butt into a creek in the wintertime? Absolutely. And it's not pleasant, but I do it. So all this to say is that I think you've become your own best friend when you pursue hard things, you embrace the grind, you enjoy your own company. This is the difference. So now I am single. I am healed. I'm using the word single to represent being healed. I am whole. I am to myself, right? Like I am robust and foundational. Of course, I was the one that was married and filed for divorce. That is nothing that I'm trying to hide. I've got videos on YouTube. I talk about it around town just from the sakes of lemons to lemonade, from lemons to lemonade. I am not airing dirty laundry, but I don't have baggage. I don't have baggage because I am healed. I only discuss my failed marriage from this perspective of trying to spread wealth of knowledge and wisdom, like I said, lemons to lemonade. So instead of someone that is constantly going around talking about, like on the flip side, would be someone who is constantly going around. We know those folks, right? Whether they're married or not, it's how they embrace life. So whether it's relationships, their health, their careers, they go around airing their body, they do have baggage. They're talking about things, they're the victim mindset. Everything happens to them. They're constantly complaining. They avoid accountability. I think that is when you're under the title, like you identify with being divorced. You identify with being poor. It's the similar situation as the difference between being broke and poor, right? Poor is a mindset. Broke is just your current situation. I think most of us have landed into chapters being broke. But when you see yourself as broke, you just know that's your current deck of cards, right? You still know that you have agency and gratitude for life. You're not a victim. And I think that's an important distinction to make, whether that's the broke versus poor, whether that's I can always get healthy, I can always get back to there. I think it's also equally an important distinction to make between being divorced and now being single, because it shows that it's never too late to restart, to become healed, and to pursue living your best life. I'm going to take a nap now. Wish me luck.